Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast. I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 1432. The album. Dad. AF. I went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid. I got in a fight. All right, let's get right in this video. Today, we are going to be talking about James Charles, Tati, Westbrook, hot toddy, and we're going to be talking about Shane Dawson. And is Shane Dawson the new James Charles? And I have a lot to talk about. And so I'm going to just put it all out there. And like I say in almost all of my videos anymore, I love that you guys are having this conversation in the comment sections. Please continue to do that because you guys are having some really great conversations. And I love going through there and reading it. So thank you so much. It was really, really fun. I will say this. I'm going to address a comment that Shane Dawson left on my video yesterday, which led to a conversation that Shane and I had last night. But he left kind of a little hint in my video, and what he said was, here, I'll put it up right here, when would I ever bring you a series that was just about makeup? And he was kind of teasing out some tea a little bit, so I won't say anything about that, but thank you, Shane, for coming over and checking out the video. I also would love to give a shout out to the very first person to drama class yesterday, Miss Cherry Blossom. There you are. Anyway, thank you, Cherry, for being the Cherry. Thank you for being not a member of the Runaways, but I did love the Runaways back in the day. Cherry bomb. But for being the very first person to drama class yesterday. Anyway, let's get right into the drama. Okay. So if you don't know what you don't know is a lot, there's been a lot going on. I've made several videos about it. Tati Westbrook came out and she said she was very, very hurt by people in the industry. Everybody figured out that it was James because James had done this sponsorship with Sugar Bear Hair, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell you, and going back and looking at that thing over again, he said later in his apology that it was not a sponsored video or it was not a sponsored, post or anything like that, and that they just gave him security. If you go back and you actually watch that clip, which I've included in my video, I didn't say it at the time, but I noticed it when I was rewatching my video. In the corner of his Instagram story, it says #ad. He literally has it up there for like 2.2 seconds and then it's gone. So I don't know why, if it wasn't a sponsored post, he put #ad on there. But that was very, very interesting. I will say this though, James, thank you for disclosing. Thank you for disclosing that your endorsement of Sugar Bear Hair was a sponsored post and that it actually was that you did receive some services or payment or something like that. Which just even makes more sense then in retrospect why Tati was upset about this. I will say that it's interesting in going back, and I may do this video, but probably not because the whole story of Tati and James at this time, I'm just going to kind of let settle and see. I hope they work things out. But James has been more supportive than it appears, so we'll maybe talk about that down the road. But anyway, today we're going to talk about Shane and Tati and what people are saying about this, and is Shane the new James Charles? So, anyway, before I get into that, I do want to say that, it's interesting to me with Shane and trying all his makeup, and one of the things that I love is that he's now branching out and trying some, meeting new people or trying some new things. He was with Tati, and we're going to talk, that's specifically what we're going to talk about. But he put this up on his Instagram story today, and this is him trying a look from Kohl's World. So here, I want to show you the picture. It's right here. He's trying the... looks pretty good, Shane. You're listen, you're the beauty... I'm a booty guru, okay? But you're obviously a beauty guru, Shane. But I thought it was very, very cool, and he totally made Kohl's World. Let me show you a little clip that was on Kohl's Instagram. Here you go. I thought that was really, really cool. So anyway, congratulations, Cole, for Shane noticing you and Jeffrey noticing your video. And this is an up and rising beauty influencer. I mean, he's got 350,000 followers on Instagram. He's going to be up there before long. So anyway, you know, Shane is trying some other things. And he was with Tati the other day. I talked about it in a video that I did, that there was a possible collab coming. Who knew? What was this about? Was she just teaching him what was going on? Now, they posted Instagram stories on both of their Instagrams, but Shane also posted a picture. He posted this picture right here. I want to make sure I have it in front of me while I'm looking at it, of hot Tati doing his makeup. And then underneath it, Shane posted this. I have it all ready to go and edited for my, where is it? Come on, come on, come on. The receipts, Whitney. Whatever you want. Okay. He posted underneath this, I was trying to think of a fun, that means I'm putting it up there. I was trying to think of a funny caption, but nothing seems right because of what this person means to me. Tati is someone who I've known about for years, but who I just started really watching in the last few months because of my research on the beauty world. Since watching her, I've had this insane connection to her, and her videos have helped me so much, not just with makeup, but with my anxiety and with my stress. I've had a lot of hard things happen in the last few months, and being able to turn on one of her videos at night and hear her calming voice has been really healing for me. Tati, thank you for everything you do, and thank you for being just as beautiful on the inside as you are on the out. Meeting you is something I will never forget. Love ya. And I think that's really, really nice. And I will say, without getting in, because I would never get into any kind of private conversations, but that he reinforced in the conversation that we had exactly what he said on there too. So, and y'all know I love Tati. I do, okay? And I know that a lot of people are starting to kind of fall out with her because they don't love how she handled this whole James situation, or a lot of other people think that Tati is arrogant. You know, it's interesting. I always kind of try to stand back and kind of give some fair observation just based on my opinion. What do you guys think? What's your initial reaction to Tati at this point? Like, what do you love her? Do you not love her? Whatever. I will tell you in a second, I'm going to go over and read some comments on the Reddit thread, and their kind of interpretation of this whole situation is very, very interesting. So anyway, if you go into the Instagram then and you look at this picture, underneath here, Philip DeFranco posted. This is so sweet. I love it. So thank you, Philip, for being part of that. And all these people underneath here say stuff. Actually, Tati responded to Shane in his comments, and she said, "You are the most special. My studio is yours anytime you need to get your hands in an excess of makeup. I'll never ever forget the day we talked for so many hours that you drank like 5 diet root beers. XOs." And then she put a little kissy emoji. Okay. But what's interesting is, so if you go underneath here and because I had said the other day that that Shane was getting a lot of criticism, that a lot of this makeup that he was talking about was just with Jeffree Star. And so people were thinking, okay, this is just exclusively a series just about Jeffree Star. And then he put the little T up on my channel last night saying, well, you think I'd ever just make a video about makeup? So I guess we're gonna have to find out, right? I'm very excited about this series now. But anyway, what's interesting to me is that he reached out to, you know, Tati, and they hung out, and then he's like trying other people's looks, and you know, I think it's very, very cool. I think, like, even though people are very I don't think people are upset with Shane about it. I just think they don't get it, or it's not what they came there for. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, if you go to McDonald's and you're going there for the Big Mac, and you order the Big Mac and you get home, and this has happened to me. But you know, you get a fish sandwich and you're like, I did not come here for no fish sandwich, okay? So anyway, I'm sure that that's kind of what it's like a little bit for some people. So they're like, what is going on here with all of this? Like, people that have followed Shane for a long time. I think it's also split from the people that are OG Shane fans that are like, you know what? Like, I love Shane no matter what, whatever he's interested in. Tons of the comments that I get on my videos when I've talked about this is, why does anybody care what Shane does? If Shane wants to get interested in makeup, let him get interested in makeup. And I absolutely agree, you know? It's 2019. You can be whatever you want to be in the world. And I totally, totally agree with that statement. And you know, listen, if there's part of something that somebody that we love is doing that we don't want to watch, or it doesn't entertain us, we don't have to. You know what I mean? So anyway, what was interesting to me about this comment section underneath the picture was it started getting a little brutal towards James Charles. So if you go down here, and people are saying things, they're like, oh, or Shane and Tati heart, I love her videos. And then somebody says, James is quaking. And then if you go underneath here, was literally about to comment the same thing. And then somebody said, y'all need to shut that. I'm the old man of YouTube, but I am kind of a millennial in understanding this stuff. They put STFU, okay? And I think that's something not so nice to say to somebody. And it says about the Tati and James drama, and just appreciate this post. Agreed. And somebody, I mean, I don't know why we always have to bring all that in there to it with, but hey, listen, I'm reading it because it's there. So, James Charles could never, somebody said. James left the chat. James Charles is shook. Snatching the beauty community once again. I don't know where my wig went. She is honestly the most genuine content creator and is just so beautiful. I hope one day I can meet her. James could never. James Charles has left the chat. Oh my God, this is everything. I mean, I'm literally reading these right down. Please tell me we can expect a Tati Shane collab. The friend she deserves. LMAO. James Charles is shaking. James T. I mean, poor James. F James Charles. James Charles who? Fake. Oh my God, is there a video coming? It just goes on and on and on. And you guys, people are really, really coming for James Charles in the comment sections of Shane's picture, which is really, really interesting, you know? And Jeffree Star has kind of like on Twitter, like when Shane like put out some stuff about Tati, he kind of like said, you know, like we're really, really happy, or I'm so happy that the three of us met and things like that. So it's interesting. It makes you kind of wonder what's really going on behind the scenes, because Jeffree Star has always been very supportive of James Charles and vice versa. So what's the real story? And, you know, what is the real story that's going on? You know, in my video that I did where I read the statement, so if you haven't seen it, James Charles gave me an exclusive statement about the whole situation with his mother. And, you know, he said something to the effect of, and it's in my last video, so you guys, I will link it at the end of this, you can go check it out. He says in there something to the effect of like, you know, a situation that should have been handled privately that nobody really knows what went on behind the scenes. So it makes you wonder, like, what's the truth to all of this? And, you know, and it's probably none of our business. It really isn't. But the thing is that it doesn't make him look great right now, you know? And I don't know, I think there's a lot of misunderstanding in there. Or is it all just, they're all just a bunch of snakes? I mean, is it? Snakes on a plane? Get off, I ain't taking that flight. No ma'am, snakes on a plane. I don't think for 1 second I would make it as a beauty influencer. I just don't, okay? I don't know. I'd probably be like Patrick Star over there, putting on my turban, staying out of all the drama. Patrick Star really hasn't gotten into anything unless he made like I think he made one comment about Manny back in the day. And then he said like 100% or something like that. And then that one video of his, it's just, I cannot get enough of that video. Sometimes if I'm just like in a real sour mood, I go up onto YouTube and I find that clip of Patrick Star rolling his eyes when that fan walks by. Oh, I live for that, okay? Can you imagine? Because here's the thing, right? We give these people hell. But can you imagine standing there for like 6 hours, be like, oh my God, hi, oh my God, hi, it's nice to meet you, picture, picture, picture. I mean, at some point you'd be like, Jesus, Jesus, take the wheel. Snakes on a plane. Okay, so anyway, all right, so that's what was going on over on the Instagram. I think it's nice that Shane is going out and trying, you know, to meet some new people. And I've always found Tati's videos to be very soothing, honestly. And I love just like watching and listening to her videos. So that's that. Now I want to go in here and I want to read a little bit about, come on, phone. I want to read a little bit about the Reddit thread over here of what they had to say. They put, James Charles replacement, ... Is it Shane Dawson? And the comments underneath here, I have to tell you, are rather ruthless towards Tati, and it's really interesting, I think. Somebody put, Shane's, and then they had posted here, I will put this up, of Tati's a tweet that she put out, pictures of her and Shane. When someone truly and effortlessly gets you, and you get them, it's the most valuable thing. So she put that out, and that was the post that they put. So thank you, Reddit, Beauty Guru Chatter. I've linked you guys underneath so many of my videos. Or I think I just leave it there now. Shane's post within those pics is a little strange. They're acting like besties, but have only known each other a few months. Another Beauty Guru relationship that won't last long. He acted very similar with Jake Paul. No, not saying Tati is whatsoever like Jake Paul, just a comparison to Shane's behavior. I don't know, I felt like when I watched the Jake Paul situation, it felt to me more like Jake Paul was kind of like a case study of Shane's that he was doing a video about. I didn't really ever get the impression that Jake and Shane seemed to be like hanging out as friends. I don't know why I keep on doing this, but can we talk about the fact that I look like a member of the Geek Squad from Best Buy today? That might be my job. So anyway, Shane's I wish. Listen, I got glasses on. I can't do math, and I am definitely not technological all day long, okay? That is a job I will never have. True story, okay? I will never work at Best Buy as a Geek Squad person because I hardly even know how to turn on a computer, let alone a camera. Okay. So anyway, wouldn't be surprised if this interaction in T ends up in his YouTuber series. Aren't they all like that? BFF after a couple of months. They are. It's just all very weird to me and not seemingly organic. then somebody said, like, I get getting along in a couple of months, but BFF, like, loyal and be there when nobody is BFF, there is no way. I mean, literally from hanging out the first day to, like, okay, you're the most loyal person in the entire world, like, history repeats itself, just saying. Okay, that's why we want to maybe kind of remember those things. And then somebody says, is Tati really acting like she got betrayed? Like bad? Why do these influencers act like they are 12? And all these people go in here and have a lot of things to say. I truly believe the YouTube community is very toxic. These people become famous and their worlds become so small and they don't know how to handle real relationships. Somebody said same. I think their lives become so empty with the fame and money that they need something. Even if it's boring drama, it's like they need it, otherwise they get bored. They really are empty. Most of their partners, friends, and family are probably working 9 to 5, so they can't hang out with them all day and have bigger issues and not being on the Anastasia of Beverly Hills PR list. That PR list, my lord, that Norvina created. Okay. Because they know y'all will eat it up and give them clicks, which gives them money. LOL, somebody said. Okay, I'm going to go down here to another. If you ever go into the Reddit threads, there's like, it goes down and goes down. Okay, this is so funny. I have to read this to you in here. James Charles, Tati, Jeffrey, Shane Dawson, and all of them remind me of this one group of kids at my high school who are really popular but completely insular and therefore ignored by the wider student population. And you are only vaguely aware of their weird drama from afar. And then somebody said, this description perfectly fits for many subgroups of cliques, and it is perfect. And then she says in all caps, which if you don't know, means she's shouting, I'm looking at you, show choir parents groups at my kid's school. Oh my God. I was like, okay, dead. I loved it so much, okay? And then somebody says, it goes into this whole conversation about show choir parents, and this is what I love about the Reddit threads. Wow, what's the story there? Somebody says, and then this person says back, these bees are ruthless and their kids too. I tell my kid to go in, perform, do what you love, and leave the rest. I love that attitude, thank you. I'll admit that following their drama is so juicy and makes so good watching, but it's nuts. And somebody said, let me tell you, my former best friend was in choir, and those, you-know-whats, were ruthless as S-H-I-T. They will practically cut a beat. These people, you need to listen. 25 cents to the lot of you in my cuss jar all day long. Oh my God. I'm going skiing in Vail, okay, with that cuss jar. They will practically cut over a cheesecake fundraiser or a pair of black dance leggings. It is delightful. We also had this group at my high school, and it's weird what we consider them popular when really they have the least friends because they refuse to socialize with the rest of the grade. You know, is that not very telling of the beauty influencer community? I actually want to read that again. I think that's a really good analogy to the beauty influencer community. We also have this group at my high school, and it's weird that we consider them popular when really they have the least friends because they refuse to socialize with the rest of the grade. I think that's really, really interesting. So anyway, if you want to read the rest of the thread, I will leave it below. It's in the beauty guru chatter on Reddit, or chat on Reddit. You can go over, you can read the thread underneath Shane's Instagram. And anyway, I think the whole thing is very, very interesting. What is Shane doing here? What do we think he's doing? What do we think this series is going to be about? Will there be a little tea? I don't know. Do you guys think it's going to be what we think it is? Or do you think it's going to be something completely different? And do you think that Shane Dawson is the next James Charles? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.